Hi guys, very good evening to all of you. Welcome to the video number 427, and in this video I'm going to talk about how to use the small if row and offset function. And we are going to help one of my subscribers actually who had forwarded me an email and he's got stuck in using the offset function, so he's looking for the help, and right now we're going to talk about that. Right, so this is my youtube.com/c/Ajay Kumar Parmar, which is my channel name. If you're watching the channel for the first time, let me tell you that we have got 427 videos on Excel, VBA, MS Access and Access VBA. What you need to do is you need to just go to the channel front page and click on this playlist. Once you click on the playlist, you will get to see here 45 different playlists, and you can see here, if I just show you, scroll it down and you'll get to see all the playlists. So we actually have covered almost every subject, every topic in the, whether it is the Excel or Excel VBA, MS Access or Access VBA, and you'll find the videos having a basic combination, basic videos, intermediate level videos and advanced videos as well. Right, so you'll get everything. And many of you ask me that how to start, from where to begin, because these are 400 plus videos. So this is what you should watch. Actually, I'm sharing the playlist with you, and you can watch all these playlists in this sequence. So if I talk about the Excel VBA, this is how you need to start. Excel VBA introduction, loops and collection loops, arrays, and in Excel you should start the playlist in this sequence. And for the Access, this is the sequence. For the Access VBA, this is the sequence. Right, so pause the video and you can note it down. Now let me show you actually what I received from my subscriber, and this is what actually he has to say. So, hi Ajay, I'm using the offset but not able to pull up the campaigning names in a sequence in sheet 1. Please assist. So Gautam actually he had shared this sheet with me, and you can see here that he's applied the formulas here as well. So what exactly we are doing here is, now this is my sheet 0. The name of the sheet is sheet 0, and if you look at this has the campaign names. For example, this is 5 and this is 15, and so on. So I can see here two columns. One is the column A, which has a campaign name, and another column which is B, which has a number. Now what we want to do is, what he's trying to do is, if you look at this, he wants that wherever we have this campaign daily budget coming, okay, for example, if you have a campaign daily budget here 5, then the number, the campaign name should automatically comes here, right? And the next number, whatever it is, I do not know, like for example this is 15, so it should capture, it should copy and paste the item here, not here. Right, now he actually is trying the offset function. Right, now the offset function which he's trying, so first of all, what he's trying to do is, he's saying that, if you look at this, he's saying that if in the sheet 0 the cell B2 is greater than 1, then offset function should pick the value from, it should go in the B2 as a reference and pick the 0 and the 0 from there. So what happens so it goes in the B2. Let me show you what we have in the B2. Now in the B2, if you look at this B2, this is a value which is obviously greater than 1, so offset is going to work. Now how actually offset works? Now this is again a very interesting question, right? Obviously I'm not here to talk about the offset basics. What you can do is you can go in this playlist and you can find here a playlist called Excel offset functions. Right, if I just click here, let me show you. So this is what you're going to see here, guys. Right, this is the offset function introduction part 1. This is the use of the offset part 2. So please go ahead and watch these two videos. These two videos are a must for anyone who is watching this video right now, right? Otherwise you will not be able to understand it, right? So, and of course you can come back and see this video. Now what we are trying to do is, so basically offset works with the reference. So for example, let me just give you example. For example, I have here two numbers, this is 100 and this is 77. Now let's say what I want to do is, I want to, when you write the offset function, now what we need is, we want to start from 77 and we want to move from 77 to 100. How are you going to do that? So your reference would be this, which is F3, and then how many rows you're supposed to move down, right? So when this is how the offset works. So from my reference I need to move 2 rows down, because this is going to be considered as 0. So you 0 1 2, so you say it's 2 rows down and on the same column, because 100 is on the same column, so you write here the column number as 1, sorry, not as 1 but as 0, because you're on the same column, right? So that's how you get to see here 100, right? I'll give you one more example. For example, you want to make your reference means your starting point. Let's say I want to start from here and I want to get this 100. So how many rows you are supposed to move? Again same, 0 1 2. So you write here 2, and then how many columns? So this time the column is not going to be 0 because you're moving to the right side, so 0 and 1, right? If your direction is in the opposite, then it is going to be -1. For example, if you start from here, then this is going to be 0 -1 -2. Column number would be -2. However, the row would remain same because you will again go in the downward direction. So that is what he's trying to do here. Now he is saying that go in the B2 cell, offset, go in the B2 cell. B2 is going to be a reference point, and in the B2 cell what we are trying to do is from the B2 cell, what, because we need the campaign name, so from the B2 what we have written here is that on the same row and on the same column, you know, pick up the value. Okay, so now the thing is that you know, when you write sort of this function, you need to ensure that after the 5 it should be 15. You know, it should be the row number 13, because if you're going to drag this function, like for example he's dragging this function right now, so what is happening, it is doing the comparison with the B3, and then you know it's going in the B3 cell and it's picking the number from there. So basically in the B3, if you look at this, in the B3 the row number 0 and the column number 0 would mean that, you know, you are actually trying to get the value from the B3 itself, but that is not the case, right? What we need is, we need top cells, you know, this converting. Let me show you what we need. I just paste value it here, and then we need this value. So both the values actually should come automatically, and then of course whatever the next value we have. So after this we have a value called 10, so this should come, right? So dragging is not going to help at all here. The reason is because when you're going to drag it, let me show you the formula. Let me copy this formula. For example, this is the formula, because I want to understand, I want to make everybody, you know, understand this thing, that what basically we are doing here, what's wrong with this formula. Now you see, when I drag this function down, what happens, this B3 is going to change to B4, and B3 here also going to change B4. So what happens basically, because Excel, when you drag the formula down, you know, Excel changes the reference, Excel increments the row number one by one. So you have here B3, you have here B4, and then B5, and then B6, but you don't need that, because you just need this row number, which is 2, and then you need this row number 13. You don't want to drag the formula. So what you need to do is, you need to create a series. You need to first of all find out the row numbers. So what you can do here is, how you're going to find these, you know, these basically the numbers, you know, the row numbers of these you know, the values. So what you will do is, you will simply say that I want to actually say that if both the values, if and, you use the function if and, you say that if this is not equals to blank, and then this is also not equals to blank. Okay, now then what we would like to do is close the bracket. In the value of true, if both the logics are true, then what we would like to do is, we would like to capture the row number of the current cell, right? So this is the row function which I'm using, and in case if it is not the case, then I just want the space. I don't want to have anything here. Right now, when you're going to drag this function, guys, downward direction, look at this, what will happen. So let me drag this, and let's go to the control down arrow, and I just use control shift up arrow, and I'm going to press control D. So the formula is going to be pasted. Now you can see here the formula is pasted, right? So if I just show you, look at this. Here we have 2, here we have, you know, this 13. So that means on the 13th row, you can see this is the Excel 13 row, we have a value 15, and of course there is a campaign. And if I just go down, I'll show you. Let me go up, and or maybe I can just quickly, you know, reduce this. Yeah, so let's go page up. Let me do the page up. So I want to show you actually how the row numbers are getting captured here. This is a big data actually. Let me use the scroll bar, and okay, there we go. You can see here, guys, you know, that there was some number 210. So what is happening is, on the row number 210, I'm getting a value, right? So that's how basically you are able to capture all the row numbers. Now you must be thinking that why actually we need the row number of these cells, because you know guys, what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to put the offset function here. What I will do is I will tell my offset that you got to start from A1, and we are going to freeze that, and then from the A1 I'm going to tell that you need to move one row down. So this 2 actually for the offset is going to be 1, you know, because offset starts with the 0. So, or maybe I can do one thing quickly, I can subtract -1 from it, you know, or maybe in the formula I will subtract. That's your choice. So we will say that offset, you go in the A1, move, you know, one row down and pick up the number, both the numbers. Then again offset, go in the A1, and from the A1 move 14 rows down. Okay, 12 rows down, because this is the 13, right? So what will happen, this will be 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 and then 12, right guys? So 12, when we are going to say that 12, then obviously it will pick up the 12th row. But the point is, we have so many blank cells here, how to sort that thing? So what you will do is you will write here a small function. In the small function you select this entire table and you say that I want the smallest number. So when you write here 1, you're gonna get that smallest number as 1. Okay, let me just show you the result of this. Just a second. Okay, let me press enter. I don't know why the sheet is not working. Okay, let me press enter now. I think I did something wrong in the formula or not. Let me press enter. Okay, let me press F9 if the calculation is on the different mode. No, that's not working. I don't know what's wrong with this. Let me select the table again and say that I need the smallest number. Let me press enter. Now this is really crazy. It's not working. This is hilarious. I don't know what's wrong with this sheet, you know. I'm trying to press enter and it's not working. So let's see what's wrong with this. Let me check the calculation mode. Let's go to the calculation mode in the file and the option, and I want to see that if the calculation is on the automatic or manual. Well, the calculation is automatic. Wait a second. Okay, let me check. Oh, I see. Right. Now that's very interesting, guys. This is if you ever, you know, if you had ever stuck in this kind of a issue, now what actually is done is, this is the formatting. Can you see that the formatting is in the text? So I think this formula, it's not actually allowing this formula to work. If I select any other cell, it shows as general, and by default I think every cell, when you select, you know, Excel, if I insert a new sheet, for example here, let me insert the new sheet, you see that it's always general, right? So let's go back to the exercise. I think I got the fix, so I'm gonna change this to general. Okay, and now when I got this as general, let me just go and press enter. Oh, there we go, the formula worked. Well, that was the fun. Okay, so I just go and now I'm gonna drag this function. So let me drag this function, and of course I think I have to check for the rest of the values as well. Yeah, so guys, now you see that what happened here is I get the smallest number. Okay, 2 2 2 2 2, which is, I don't need it. After 2 I need the 13, right? So what's wrong with this is that this 1, it should be actually in the next step, it should be here 2, because I need the smallest number, second smallest number, and then I need the third smallest number, you know, in this entire table, which has all the row numbers. And you know that how the row numbers are coming, because wherever we have a value. So what I will do is I will act very smart. Now you can use this one with any other cell as well. You can link this cell with this F2, and you can make a series here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, right? So that this k parameter will automatically change. But what I will do is I will simply say that I need the row number of A1. Okay, because you know that the row number of the A1 is gonna give you 1. So it will look for the first smallest number. When you drag this function down, look at this, what will happen. Now when you drag this function, this becomes row number of A2, and you know that the row number of A2 is going to be 2. So you have the second smallest number in this table, and obviously that is going to be the 13. So if you just drag it, this is how, guys, you get to see all the row numbers. Now these are all the row numbers which are actually filled cells row number. Perfect. Now we got the row number 2 13 63 61 210 and 562, and these are all the errors. So you can also, you know, go ahead and use the if error, so that nobody can see that errors are coming, because errors generally, you know, give the wrong impression that there must be something wrong in the formula user has, you know, put in. But in our case, it's not the case. It's a genuine error, right? But I can use that if errors. So once you have all the row numbers collected here, what you can do is maybe you can directly link these two cells, you know, there, or maybe you can do one thing which is I'm gonna do here so that we can see directly what's happening in this particular sheet. What I will do is I will simply go here equals to, and I'm going to link these cells here like this. Okay, so I just drag the formula, and this is how the formula would look like. Okay, so you can see here, right? So these zeros are coming because there is no cell actually after this, you know, after this formula. So that's why we are able to we are seeing here zeros, right? And these are the blank because obviously this is in this range you have put the if error formula. So I mean that's something you can do it. Take your best shot, because you know that, you know, how many numbers you will be having. So just make sure that you should have a correct, you know, the row number. So I'm not going to use them. I just simply delete that because I know I have got only these rows. Right now what you will do is you will write here offset. What is the reference? Well, the reference has to be this A1. I'm going to freeze this, guys, comma, how many rows I'm supposed to move. Well, I'm supposed to move how many rows, the number of rows I have here, and I'm gonna subtract -1 from it because offset function starts with 0. Because this you know, when you come from the different sheet, you know, to when you come back to your original sheet, the sheet or the formula, you know, always uses the current sheet with the sign of exclamation. So you can simply go ahead and remove that. So now it's gonna be 2 - 1, and then the column number. So obviously our column number would be 0 because I'm starting from, you know, this A1. So guys, this is how the formula would look like. Let me press enter. Right now what we need to do is this G1 is not going to be freezed because if I drag it, then the G1 becomes G2 and G3, and automatically the row numbers will be subtracted. So let's see what's gonna happen here. Let me drag this. There we go. Wow, amazing. So offset is again my one of favorite function. I really love working on it. And in fact, guys, offset is used in the arrays also, in Excel arrays. Right, if you go and watch my Excel playlist called Excel arrays, I mean, you don't have any idea how long a formula can be. There are I think around 9-10 amazing videos on the arrays. Go and watch that. Right, you will actually understand, learn the, you know, come to know that Excel actually is not only about using the couple of formulas like VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, or maybe mid, left, right. It is more than that. Right now we got the values here. So obviously what I need to do is now here I am just going to, you know, paste the same formula here equals to this, and because this is now campaign daily budget, so my reference will change and rest of the things will remain same. So there we go. So I'm just going to drag this, and we have got all the values. Of course you can use the if error as well, so you can write here if error, and if there is any error, so you know, you can have the space. So let me just drag this. So that's how the formula is. And guys, same way you can put the if error here as well. I'm not going to take much of the time on that. So there we go. So I press enter, and you have your function here. Right now what is happening is, if I just show you by removing this, you know, equals to sign, so that you can see that what's happening, find what and replace with this, you have the formula here. Okay, if you understand the one formula, you will understand the second formula as well. So let me just replace this. Now see what is happening here. Now first of all, what we did is, now I don't know where the values are going to be, you know, where these daily budgets are coming. It can be here, it can be here, it can be here. So what I did is I simply said that if you're not blank, and if you're not blank, then I want to capture your row number address. So I captured this by using the row number. Right now these are all row numbers are scattered. Obviously, you know, they are not coming one by one, you know, below each values. So it's like 13 is coming after 10-20 rows, and then there is another value which is coming, you know, after a long gap, which is 63. So what I did is I simply tried to collate them. Okay, so I said that in this table, let's get the first smallest number. Obviously that would be the row number 2, which is, you know, on the top, and then the second smallest number, and the third smallest number, and so on. So this is the formula, guys. Right, so this is how we get to see all those values. Right, so I actually, what I did is I captured all the row numbers here. Right, for example, if I just write here something, look at this, what will happen. Do you see that row number 4 is captured here? So we are able to capture the row number 4 as well. Okay, so when you come to the sheet 1, now what we are doing is I simply link these cells with that sheet. So we have got all the row numbers. These are actually the row numbers where you have the campaign name and the daily budget. Both the values are coming. So now we said that offset, you need to start from the A1, and you need to go in the row number 2 minus 1, which is going to be 1, and then 3, and then 12, and then 62. So what happened, offset went here and it started its calculation. So the first calculation came as 1, so it said this is the 0, this is the 1, capture this. And for this campaign daily budget, I started my reference from the B1, right? So in the B1, again the same row number, which is 1, go down and pick up that. 0 is for the column number, because if you are starting from B, then and you need the same value, you don't have to move your cursor to the left or the right. So that's why we are seeing the column number has to be 0. And similarly for the next value, again go in the A1 and from there move 3 rows down, 0, 1, 2 and 3. So this is how we are able to see this campaign values, right? So guys, this is how we use this offset function, and it's a very advanced function. It is used in a lot of dashboards as well, and of course in the arrays, as I said, it can do wonders. So I hope I was able to do the justice with this video, and I hope Gautam and everybody who is watching this video right now is gonna use this offset from now onwards, because they are very powerful functions. And don't forget to watch this Excel offset. I show you here these two videos if you don't have any idea about the offset, because I had explained these offset functions in very detail in this playlist. So that's it for now guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back very soon.